This is Heidi Siefkas. You are joining me from outside of Fort Lauderdale. You see me, I'm at my table, and I wanted to today on Wednesday celebrate Writers Wednesday and offer you a few writing tips. Once again, my name is Heidi Siefkas, and I'm an author and an adventurer, and I'm coming to you from South Florida. I celebrated a grand feat yesterday by launching my second book in 2 years. It is called With New Eyes, The Power of Perspective. And my first book I launched last September. It's called When All Balls Drop. And the first question I typically get is, how did you do it? How did you get the writing accomplished? So what I just wanted to share with you are 7 simple and very successful writing tips. So if you have aspiring authors or writers in your connection group, please swipe to the right or swipe up depending on your iPhone or Android device, and give me some love if you like these tips. I will repeat them once through and then do the entire list, kind of like a David Letterman. So here are 7 successful writing tips that actually work from me, Heidi Siefkas, author and adventurer. The first tip: read everything that you can get your hands on. It is so incredibly valuable to see what others are writing, see what you can gain from the way that they're formulating their stories, whether they're in short vignettes, long chapters, and character development. Right now, for example, I am reading On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I love travel, and I call myself an adventurer, and so I can't believe it's taken me that long to read it. I'm also reading on my Kindle Girl on a Train, and reading something about politics by Bernie Sanders. So read a lot. You can never read too much. Tip number 1, read as much as you can. Second, write as often as possible. Now, that means not necessarily your book that you have in mind. It could be journal entries, blog, or even writing reviews for the books that you are reading. My backstory is that both of my books actually started as journal entries, and I never wrote them intending them to become a book. So, tip 1 is read everything you get your hands on, and 2, write often. Oh, I love that somebody else says Girl on the Train is excellent. So far, it's captivating. Please, if you have other writers or aspiring authors in your circles, please share this post with them. My name, once again, is Heidi Siefkas. That's S-I-E-F-K-A-S, and I'm an author and adventurer. These are 7 successful writing tips that work. 1 was to read everything you can get your hands on. 2, write often. 3rd, set a specific only writing time. Thank you so much, Randy77, for sharing your post, and for those giving me hearts, I love it. Believe it or not, you have to set up a time for writing only, and that means not watching periscopes, that means not Facebook updates, no retweets, a time that you are perhaps completely disconnected from the internet. And this is very important to do, as well as work to your own rhythms. For example, my routine is I get up and I have my cup of coffee or 2. I love caffeine, and a little breakfast, and I write for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. However, anything past that, I'm reaching my limit. I have to get a new, fresh perspective, and typically that's either a walk, a hike, I go to the gym, or do errands. So set a specific time that is only for writing, and make sure that it's a time that works with your natural circadian rhythms or schedule, so that you have the right amount of time for you to be as creative as possible. So, once again, I'm Heidi Siefkas. I'm an author. Yesterday I launched my second book in 2 years. It's called With New Eyes. The first book was launched the year previous in September, When All Balls Drop, and these are 7 successful tips for writing, and they actually work. So I've done 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, set writing goals that you can accomplish. For example, that each day or each week you're going to accomplish a chapter. Sometimes the actual writing is something that is difficult to get past. You say, how to overcome writer's block? Well, sometimes you just need to make progress on your story, whether that means that you write a dialogue between two characters, that you develop a character, that you come up with the outline of what's coming next. You just need to make simple, small, attainable goals and make them frequent enough so that you can produce your story, whether that's an ebook, collection of short stories, recipes, or a full-blown novel. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 simple tips. The fifth one is never leave home without something to take notes with. Now, I take it in my smartphone in the notes function. You can also use voice memos if you like to dictate, or old school, pen and paper. Once you start thinking about a story, things come from all parts of your life, whether you're grocery shopping, at the beach, or on your travels. You'll come up with a different perspective to look at the characters that you're developing or something that could occur along your storyline. So once again, share this with your aspiring authors, writer friends in your circles. It's so incredibly helpful. These 7 tips are simple. I love that you're sharing great apps. The phone is now technology that can actually help us in many ways. One, connect with one another, but also take notes in a way that we can do it from anywhere, whether we're driving a car and we're dictating a chapter, a vignette, or if we're just typing in a note to remind ourselves for later. So I've gone through 1 through 5. The 6th is something that is crucial. When you're writing, it's easy to fall into write to impress or write to sell. This tip is to be true to you and be authentic to your readers. I see some hearts coming out there. Those authors and writers that have established a following is because their voice is something that is them, that they have shared a portion of their life. And although you will get feedback, editorial support, and pressure from your publisher, you are your final editor. Now, I am a self-published author, and I did have editorial support as well as a publishing service that helped guide me along the process. But I remained true to who I am. Both of my stories are nonfiction. They're memoir pieces of my own. So that was crucial, but it is crucial in everything that you write, whether that be fiction, a business guide, or else. So that was tip number 6. Be true to you, authentic to your reader, and that you are your final editor. The 7th and last tip of these writing tips that do work is, as a writer, you can't be everyone's cup of tea. Thank you, Ron Estrada, for giving some love to his editor. I love my editor as well. Her name is Barbara McNichol in Arizona. My publishing service company is Wheatmart. Both are located in Arizona. The 7th tip is, as a writer, you can't be everyone's cup of tea, but you can leave a good first impression. And what does that mean? Is that when you write something, you are having a relationship with the reader. It's nice to meet you as well. Show me some love if you like that tip, that you can't please everyone. Just as in life, as an author, you can't please all readers. You are in a relationship with that reader, and that reader is going to read your story differently than the next. And that's what's beautiful about writing and having people consume and connect to your story. They may love your book, they may be a raving fan, or they may not. And sometimes getting a good critique from someone that doesn't like that genre or your voice is feedback for you to digest and then decide whether to continue in your own very true, authentic style or not. I think that this 7th tip is crucial because when you write something, whether it's a nonfiction or not, there is a large component of you. And so you will not please all book editors, book critics, readers, but you can leave with a great first impression. And so always begin your story with something that grabs that reader and wants them to read more. So my name is Heidi Siefkas. I'm coming to you from outside of Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to be scoping from here as well as Italy, Greece, New Zealand, Australia, and Hawaii later this fall. So please do connect with me, as well as I will run down those 7 successful writing tips that work. Number 1, read everything that you can get your hands on, whether that's journal, blog, or even writing reviews for other writers. 3, set a specific only writing time. Yes, that means disconnect from Facebook, Twitter, Scope. 4, set attainable, small writing goals to accomplish. And they don't always have to be that it's pen to paper or your fingertips on the keys of your laptop. It could be a photo montage that sets your outline. It could be a dialogue that you dictate between characters, or developing another character in your story. So 5, never leave home without a way to take notes, whether that's a notebook, whether that's voice memos on your phone or notes function. Number 6, be true to you. If you are authentic, you will attract the right readers, and you are your final editor. Number 7 is that be mindful that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but you can leave them with a great first impression. So start those stories off strong. Once again, I'm coming from you from South Florida, and I am actually co-hosting a writing retreat this fall, October 24th, at the Atlantic Hotel and Spa with my peer author, Wendy Blum. And if you visit this link, bit.ly/South Florida Writing Retreat, you will see the event details, be able to register. It is a half-day event where we're going to be focusing on implementing writing strategies, how to market and promote your book, select the right publishing service for you, whether that's self-publish or obtain a book contract, and overcoming these obstacles that writing, the writing journey takes us on. So once again, my name is Heidi Siefkas. I am author and an adventurer. I am author of 2 books, When All Balls Drop, and yesterday I launched my 2nd book, With New Eyes, The Power of Perspective. So if you loved my 7 tips, please show me some love, give me some hearts. I thank you, Ron Estrada, for your comments. I thank all of you for joining me today. Please share this by swiping to the right on an iPhone or swiping up on an Android. Connect with me on Twitter. Visit my website. And if you are in South Florida, or know a writer in South Florida, please have them register for the October 24th retreat. And if you want to hop a plane, train, or automobile, we'll be here for you. Until next time, write on.